Hey, good evening, everybody. Sorry for the delay this evening, but just got a lot going on tonight, going on this weekend. But we are here to bust another box on a Friday night. Hope everybody is doing well this evening. Let's see, we got Johnny W. We got Johnny, the other Johnny. We got Joseph here. Looks like maybe a couple other people. So, hey, Rick. Yeah, April Fools. Yep. Yeah, April Fools is always a an odd day for me. Uh, One, because you just can't trust anything you read on the internet, especially on April Fools. But today also would have been my dad's 77th birthday, I believe. uh, hey, I love and appreciate you all the same. Hey, if Okay, so Ben Morris is here. So if Ben Martin shows up, then he's the other Ben. So there you go, Johnny. Uh, so yeah. Hope everybody's had a good day, and hope everybody has a great weekend. For one, I've been looking forward to this weekend, being WrestleMania weekend. I know not everybody cares about wrestling, but um, it's something I've enjoyed for a very long time, but especially here recently. Um, with everything going on in the world. But all right, so enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into this. Um, hey, Victor. Yeah, we didn't start till about 10:30 tonight. I had a lot on my plate, and I was just trying to get some things done um, before before we got around to doing the break tonight. So appreciate you guys hanging out for another half hour to give me time to get this thing up and running. But on the docket tonight, we have 2002 Fleer baseball, which this set is kind of a one off because if you recall, this time or during this time, Fleer was doing their tradition sets. So this is the only year where they did after they started tradition, where they just had, a regular Fleer set. So it's kind of a one off. Um, but I remember this. I did open quite a bit of this back in the day when it was new. 540 card set. There are six inserts to chase, and there are retail exclusive parallel sets, which I think are cooler than the hobby exclusive parallel set, but those are sequentially numbered. You got Rookie Sensations. You got the Barry Bonds career highlights, headliners, gold memories, and diamond standouts. Um, yeah, the parallel set for the hobby is the Tiffany collection, and those are numbered to 200. The retail were like smaller cards. I like those. I thought those were cool. Um, there are autographs and game used cards. Classic cut game used are 1 in 28. So not guaranteed in the box, but have a very good chance. And there's also come in auto versions, 24 packs, 10 cards per pack. So, um, and excuse me. Um, there are also some gold back parallels. I believe Baseball Cardpedia said a certain percentage of the production run were done with the gold backs or the gold ink on the back. So we have those to look for as well. Yeah, guys, I wish Flair would come back too. I miss them. Sorry, empty box. All right. Before we get started, anybody wants a pack, an empty pack or a wrapper, I should say, shipped with your cards, let me know. Let's see. The career highlights are 1 in 12. Headliners are 1 in 8. Gold memories 1 in 24. And then it does not give individual stats or odds for the diamond standouts, but those are numbered to 1200. And then and now are numbered to 275. Okay. Well, this does say for the overall odds for game use / autograph cards is 1 in 24 packs. So, all right. So yeah, we might actually get some kind of hit out of this. All right. So here's your base design. Nothing too flashy. And a nice border around it. These are no bricking with these because there's no UV glossing, which I kind of like. Got some stats, and then you got even a trivia question. So the White Sox are represented first with Bob Howry. Nice picture of Dodger Stadium, which is a checklist, and that is a gold back. I don't know how well that gold ink comes across on the camera, but that is a gold back. Eric Munson, Meglio Ordonez, Chris George. It's one of the subsets. Fleer Future, Kazuisha Ishii. So franchise players Barry Bonds, AJ Pierzynski, Aaron Boone, and at Changing Places, Chan-Ho Park. So I will, as I sort these, yep, here's another gold back right there, Chris George for the Royals. As I sort these, I don't know if I'm going to check the backs of every one of these tonight because that will just add to an already long break. Aaron Boone gold back. But of course, I will do my best to separate those as we go. Alexis Gomez, Ryan Klesko, Nomar Garcia-Parra, Adam Pettyjohn, Fleer Future Mark Teixeira, Randy Wynn, Marquise Grissom, Darryl Kyle, Rusty Greer, and a Fleer Future Jay Seo. That Teixeira was a gold back. Yeah, for some reason I thought the gold backs were 1 per pack, but it seems like we're getting about 3. Well, 4. So yeah, I'll go back through these later and I'll sort those out. All right, Jorge Posada, Yankees. Tom Glavine. Love batting pitchers, especially now since that is gone. Placido Polanco, Mike Mussina. There's a Fleer Future, Adam Walker, Billy Sylvester, Brewers, checklist, Jeff Jenkins, Chris Gomez, and a change in places, Robin Ventura. Interesting. Pitchers can opt to hit will be considered 2 players. I had not heard that. Tom Gordon, Junior Spivey, Josh Phelps, Jose Vidro. Changing places, Jeremy Burnett going to the Mets. Carlos Lee, Manny Ramirez, Troy Percival, Jose Hernandez, and Scott Hatterberg. Sandy Alomar, Javier Vasquez, Roberto Hernandez. So first insert, headliners. It is Jason Giambi. Not a bad insert. Jorge De La Rosa, Fleer Futures. Brandon Duckworth, Esteban Yan, Rusty Greer, Bill Mueller, and a Dimitri Young changing places to the Tigers. Yeah, I'm still not sure what I feel about the designated hitter being universal. I've always been a National League fan more than the American League, but always liked the extra strategy that was involved with, do you pull your pitcher who's who's pitching a good game because your offense has a chance to score. I like the defensive move, so it's going to be interesting. Orlando Merced, Mark Mulder, Ray Ordonez, Paul LaDuca. Changing places, Kevin Appier going to the Angels. Chipper Jones, Jeff Kent, Brandon Inge, Mike Redmond, and a changing places, Eric Young. Franchise players, A-Rod, Rafael Palmeiro, Masato Yoshi, Mark Kotze. Oh, and there's our Tiffany. You can see, There we go. Now you can see my light shining on that. So Mark Kotze of the Padres, 141 of 200. And Joseph with the Padres tonight. Kenny Lofton changing places to the White Sox. Carlos Guillen, Pat Burrell, Julio Lugo, Darren Erstad, changing places, David Wells. Yeah, I think I did read somewhere that Kotze was going to be a manager. If anybody has trading card database pulled up, if you want to check to see if that card needs to be scanned. Alexis Gomez. There's another Dodger Stadium. There's a Griffey franchise players. Jason Schmidt changing places. Chris Steins to the Cubs. Craig Wilson. Bobby Abreu. Joe Mays. Aaron Boone. And changing places, Marty Cordova to the Orioles. Hey, Brian. Good evening, buddy. No scan. All right, well, I'll take care of that this soon. I was going to say this weekend, but it's going to be a crazy weekend. Vladimir Guerrero kicks us off. Mike Hampton, Placido Polanco. So headliners, Alex Rodriguez. Changing places, Rick Helling to the Diamondbacks. Jermaine Dye, Eric Owens, Darryl Kyle, Brian Schneider, and a changing places, Brian Jordan. I'm not sure if I have that Brian Jordan. Oh, there is a scan. I'm sorry. I was just glancing up at the chat. Okay. Well. All right. We got our hit in this pack. Do I just lay this down over here where you can see it and come back? Or do we go ahead and go through it? You guys tell me. Show it. Got to vote for show it. Show us the goods. Cat wants to see it too. He's sitting over here beside me, staring off into space. I hate it when he does that. He sees something and I have no idea what he sees. All right, so we'll go ahead and do it. D'Angelo Jimenez, Jose Valentin, Chris George. We have a Fleer Futures Jackson Milan. Not sure if I pronounced that right. Josh Beckett. It's a nice Ichiro. Julio Lugo. Thomas Perez, Fleer Futures, Eric CR, something like that. And our hit is, that's a bat card. This has a nice design. I remember these. Joseph, I think it belong to you. Dave Winfield, Classic Cuts bat. I think I pulled a pinstripe Don Mattingly from a retail box that I bought back when this was new. And unlike the current Topps cards, this actually tells you that it's, that it was used in an actual game. So, nice card. Sleeve for it. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. And to think, it's only been sitting in that pack for 20 years. Well, if you like Hall of Famers, stick around. Ramon Ortiz, Paul Wilson, Tony McKnight, Steve Cox, Placido Polanco, Fleer Futures Tyler Walker, Randy Wynn, Rob Nin, Aubrey Huff, Ricky Henderson, Fleer Futures Ben Broussard. All right, so this is our halfway point right here with this pack. Gil Mechie, Roberto Hernandez, Adrian Beltre, franchise players. And we got a Bonds career highlights. I actually like these better than the cards that they're mimicking because it's got the matte finish, not that glossy that they used back in what was it? Did these debut in 92? I believe 92 Fleer. And was that Clemens that first got the career highlight treatment? I can't remember. Changing places, John Vanderwall to the Yankees. Another Pazinski. John Franco. Nice image of Safeco Field there for the Mariners. Randy Johnson and a Fleer Futures Jorge Nunez. Yep, 92. That's what I was thinking. Good old 91 Fleer. Still got 2 boxes sitting downstairs waiting to be broken. All right, Joe Kennedy. Carlos Valderrama. Luis Alcea. Here's a Golden Memories. Pudge. Ben, you still here? Got you a Golden Memories Pudge. Edwin Almonte, Fleer Futures. Delino DeShields. Jose Macias. Brad Penny. AJ Burnett. And a Changing Places Ruben Sierra to the Mariners. Don't remember him playing there. Oh, yeah. I love me some 91 Fleer as well. Just something about that mustard yellow. Jacques Jones, Bill Hasselman, Chris Carpenter, Andrew Jones, Hank Blaylock, Fleer Futures, Tony Womack, Adam Kennedy, Woody Williams, Vladimir Guerrero, and a change in places, Brett Tomko to the Padres. '90 is when I got into cards. Collected 90 tops and Don Russ heavily, especially Don Russ. And then 91, I got into Fleer. But by the time I graduated high school in 95, I had pretty much already stopped. But I had a good about 4.5 years before I kind of walked away and then just kind of dabbled in it until probably 2008. I think that's when I really got hot and heavy back into cards. And Joe says, rubbing it in my face. Been at it since '84. All righty. Matt Lawton, Jeffrey Hammonds, Damian Jackson, Ray Durham. Like that one. He's from my hometown of Charlotte. Wow. Even mentions his high school, Harding High. That's where my wife went to school. Rick Helling, Changing Places, Diamondbacks. Garrett Stevenson, Nelson Figueroa, Woody Williams, Adam Everett, Changing Places, Albie Lopez to the Braves. So for you, for those that are watching, how did the strike in '94? How did that affect your collecting? Did you, like in '95, for instance? That's one of my favorite years in collecting, but I know that I'm probably a minority when it comes to that. So how did the strike in '94 affect your collecting? Did you stop? Did you slow down? I've always been curious. The other Johnny, do you already have the Rockies team set? I'll tell you a little something if you don't need this Denny Nagel. If you do, no big deal. Kelvin Escobar, Felix Rodriguez, Joe Randa, Clear Futures, Edwin Almonte, Desi Relaford, Brian Buchanan, Joe McEwing, and got one other one. Toby Hall and a Fleer Future, Anastasio Martinez. Keep the Nagel. I appreciate it, buddy. Ben says he hated the future stats. Yeah, what was it? I think Shane just did 95 top series, I think, for his cheap wax Wednesday. And I think it was, what was it called? Cyber Stats, where Topps kind of predicted that, what their stats would have been for the rest of the season based on the, I guess, trajectory that they were on. Yeah. Back then I didn't pay attention to that kind of stuff. But as I got older, started to look at that stuff a little bit more. Christian Guzman, Kelvin Escobar, Orlando Hernandez, high leg kick. Brett Prinz, Mark Teixeira, Fred McGriff, Ben Petrick, Mark Johnson, Lee Stevens, and a Fleer Future Ron Callaway. Kenny Kelly. Almost said Kelly. Sorry about that. Got wrestling on the brain still. David Segui, Charles Nagy. Got a Juan Gonzalez clearing the bases. Headliners there for the Rangers. So that's 2 Rangers headliners. And the Golden Memories goes to the Rangers. Some Morris, you're racking up there. Anderson Machado, Fleer Future. Garrett Stevenson, Nelson Figueroa, Joe McEwing, Lee Stevens, Colby Lewis, Fleer Future. That's the only baseball player I've seen with my name. Doesn't spell it correct. Michael Kadire. Could never pronounce his name his last name for the longest time. Mike Sweeney, David Segui, franchise players Sosa. Changing places, Gary Sheffield for the Braves. Yeah. Marlon Byrd. These cards don't want to slide very well. Shane Reynolds. Sean Wooten. Darrell Ward. Changing places, Tony Clark to the Red Sox. I'm a little too parched, Joseph, to take on the pronunciation of Nolan's last name tonight. Forgot to bring a bottle of water up with me. Paul Wilson, franchise players Rodriguez, Jeff Weaver, Charles Nagy, Victor Martinez, Fleer Future, Seth Etherton, Matt Anderson, franchise players Eric Chavez, Enar Diaz, and a Fleer Future Orlando Hudson. Doug McKenowitz, Mike Bordick, Jose Cruz Jr., another Barry Bonds career highlights. This one is number 3. The other one was number 5. Fleer Future Hank Blaylock, Fernando Vina, Carlos Guillen, Brian Giles, Toby Hall, and a Eric Hensky changing places to the Blue Jays. Jim Thome, Eduardo Alfonso, Tony McKnight, Brett Prince, changing places Omar Dahl, Craig Wilson. Come on. Peter Bergeron, Nefi Perez, Travis Phelps, and a changing places Brady Anderson to the Indians, or as they are known now, the Guardians. Still think that is a stupid name. All right, one more after this. Jim Thome, Kevin Young, Corey Koski, and I got a rookie sensations, Roy Oswalt for the Astros. Other Johnny, that is yours tonight. 1058 of 1500. Remember when we thought 1500 was a low production run for a serially numbered card? Changing places, Alex Ochoa for the Brewers. Stupider name, the Guardians or Commanders? Commanders, by far, Commanders. I don't know. It's just my dad was a Washington football fan growing up. I'm sure he's rolling over his grave. Trevor Hoffman, franchise players. Felipe Lopez, franchise players. Pat Burrell, franchise players. Darren Erstad, and a changing places, Johnny Damon. I don't remember the year. I think it was at a card show when we actually had card shows that came to my area. Clear product. It was whatever year. Some of you guys are much better with years and stuff like that. It was the vintage 61 inserts. I got a numbered vintage 61 A-Rod, and it was numbered to like 25 or something. Maybe it was 25 or 25. Boy, the younger version of myself thought I had won the lottery, hit the jackpot. No Joseph, no Jeter. I've not seen a Jeter tonight, but you got a Dave Winfield, so don't complain. Richard Hilgado, Bill Hasselman, Pablo Ozuna, Ken Harvey. Changing places, Greg Zaun to the Astros, Charles Johnson, Troy Percival, Jeff Bagwell, Wade Miller, and our final card is a changing places, Chris Singleton to the Orioles. So hopefully this was a fun break. I will go through the big old stack here and sort through the gold backs. So you may end up, your team may end up with some slightly more difficult cards to get. But if you liked this, the shop that I grabbed this from, they had another one. I did end up picking that up for Shane. And I did verify, he will be doing that on a future post on Beckett.com of his Cheap Wax Wednesday. So I'll be curious to see, obviously, what he pulls from it, and did I keep the better of the two boxes? Did I give away the better of the two boxes? We'll find out. But yeah, so let's go do a quick recap and then we'll talk about next week. All right. So let me go ahead and make some room here on the mat. Like I said, I'll pull out those gold ones, and if there's anything that stands out, I'll make sure to share that. But we already, just in the few packs that I did look, we were getting 2, 3, 4 golds per pack. So should probably have a nice little stack when we're all said and done. All right, so we had a Golden Memories, Pud Rodriguez. We had 2 Barry Bonds career highlights. These cards have dandruff. Look at all this. We have a couple of headliners. We have Juan Gonzalez, Alex Rodriguez, and a Jason Giambi. Our Tiffany, the hobby exclusive Tiffany, Mark Kotsay of the Padres, number 141 of 200. The last one we just pulled, Rookie Sensations Roy Oswalt, 1058 of 1500. And the hit of the box was the Classic Cuts Dave Winfield back card. And that is it for tonight. So thanks for staying up late, guys. Well, at least if you're on the East Coast. All right. So last week, as we finished up, I did go ahead and show off all the goodies that I had recently picked up. And I want to get these busted before the credit card bill comes due. So I might double up in another week or so. Just all depends. But I was trying to think about what I wanted to do next week. I like to kind of spread out the years a little bit, especially since we've got some products that are we had multiple 2002 products. We had some 90s product that I showed off. But I think what we're going to do, and I will post this, it did work out pretty good posting the signups on Sunday. This one I'll probably be able to post it'll be before 8 p.m. Eastern Sunday evening because of course I've got night 2 of WrestleMania on tap. But I've already got my sign up post ready to go because it took me a little bit of time to research, and I talked about that last week. But I believe next week we're going to go ahead and jump to 2013 and do the Panini Cooperstown, because I just think this will be fun. I think this will be a fun box. And as I said last week, if you've not looked over the checklist, do yourself a favor and go ahead and do that. There is one Hall of Fame on card autograph per box, and the checklist is pretty stacked. So that is something that I think this will be a fun box. Hopefully no redemptions, because there are some redemptions, but most of the autographed cards were packed in, so that'll be fun. All right, Victor. Yeah, I've got to get I've got to get some bigger packaging supplies, especially since you claimed one of those promo sheets. So no big deal. We can hold off. But yeah, we're going to do this one next week. And yes, when we get back around to doing the other box of 2006 Upper Deck Special Effects, that was a small box, what am I saying? Small box. And I will definitely double that up with something else. It might be a Upper Deck night. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, so Sunday, sometime before 8 p.m., still probably be late afternoon. Keep your eye on the blog if you're interested. Yeah, I don't know why I was saying small. If you're interested in this one, like I said, sometime before 8 p.m. Sunday, late afternoon, this will show up again, Eastern Standard Time, of course. And the Negro League teams will be available individually. So again, if you want to go after some some Satchel Paige and some Jackie Robinson, you can get you can claim the Kansas City Monarchs. If you want to get some Josh Gibsons, you can go after his team, which is I had it on the tip of my tongue. Now I can't remember it. The Grays, I believe. But then, of course, the major league teams will be represented, and then all of the subsequent versions of those teams. So the Braves will obviously include the Boston Braves or the Boston Beaneaters. The Dodgers will include the Brooklyn Dodgers, and so on and so forth. Oh, you guys crack me up. So there'll be a little bit more than the standard 30 teams available for this. And don't worry, I've priced them, I hope, accordingly to the checklist. So some of the Negro League teams that only have a handful of cards, they're only going to be a buck or two. But I'm sure there might be a little bit of a war going on to who can claim the teams the fastest. So just be prepared Sunday afternoon. Okay, 6 cards, 24 packs shouldn't take us too long to go through this, but should be fun nonetheless. And I think the vendor I grabbed this from might have another one. So again, if this is fun, if we like it, then we'll do, we can do it again like we're going to do with the special effects. Milwaukee Braves, no, those stay with the Braves organization. Come on. I know it's probably, you're thinking, Brian, yeah, it was worth a shot asking, but no. But anyhow, I'm going to wrap this up and get back to watching the tail end of the WWE Hall of Fame induction. But yeah, and if you short little or quick little plug, if you've not seen the video I posted day before yesterday, I got my 101 Superfractor of Mr. R-Truth. Decided to get that, and then I haven't even posted this on social media, but I got the gold or the orange number to 25 auto. So that gives me the gold, the green, the regular, and the Superfractor. So a couple more, and I'll have this rainbow done. So that is it. You guys have a fantastic evening and a fantastic weekend, whatever you end up doing card wise. Victor, I will hold off on your shipping. I do have a few others that I'm working on getting ready. And for those who bought into some of those oddball cards that I posted, I kind of found the remnants of a collection that I bought, and I just needed to try to move them. So for those of you that claimed a card or cards, thank you for helping me clean up. I've almost got the top of my bar downstairs completely cleaned off, which hasn't happened since I moved into the house last summer. So excited about that. It makes it a little bit easier to work and do everything that I need to downstairs. So, all right, guys, that's enough rambling. Have a great weekend. Sunday afternoon signups. Tell your friends, tell your family, or don't, because maybe they want to take your team. I don't know. But have a great one. We'll catch you back here next Friday night. Y'all have a great one.